I'm Turk Strongman, current resident at Mind Voltage. Thank you for sitting in today. Today, our discussion pertains to world affairs, current world affairs right now in the new Trump administration. As the Trump administration takes hold, world affairs, global, and a glut of information about it, and what we're going to do with our consciousness, and our awareness, and our beliefs in the face of it all. And before I continue, if you haven't subscribed into this channel yet, now's your chance. Do it right now. That way you can also activate the notification bell feature and be apprised of our new uploads. Additionally, right now you can share the joy of this channel by clicking on the thumb up icon immediately below this media player window. Donations through Mind Voltage Institute are graciously accepted by me at my email address, turkstrongman@protonmail.com. That's via PayPal. Let's go. We have AI and transhumanism. The directions of both of those coming together and questioning, raising question over what it is to be a human. We have Trump's daily decisions that are highly impactful to the world. And then in some cases the next day rescinding those decisions. We have the atmosphere of war in the United States. We have the mindset for it. We have change upon change occurring rapidly. I was just talking about this in my immediately previous upload. But I'm getting at these a little bit differently this time. There are natural, apparently, possibly natural phenomena going on around the world. Now, instead of the strange sound phenomena, it's the strange boom phenomena. Boom! What's going on in all these fronts, you know? Talk of alien disclosure. It's all disorienting. Now, our sense of identity is part of what gets disoriented in this atmosphere, in this disorienting atmosphere. What it is to be human, right? That becomes disoriented. That's disoriented. Much more so subconsciously than consciously. It's a bit disorienting to everybody. To some a greater extent than others. To some more consciously than others. Okay. Disorientation about what it is to be human. Additionally, with all the change about, like the violence going on now, like tough deals, tough decisions, hardline sanctions, tariffs, retributions, hirings, firings, whoa, social policies, global policies, domestic policies. So uprooting that who we are, what we are, who we each individually are, what what our status is in the environment, what our status is in the world, all become disoriented, constantly shifting, nothing solid about them. And any of the information about any of these things is subject to doubt. Rightly so. The information glut about all such affairs is disorienting. It is unstable. It's even somewhat uprooting to just acknowledge that about all the information. If you want to weed through all the information and decide which venue, which informative venue you're going to put your faith in, your belief in, you're going to develop some kind of grounding have some set of core notions about these affairs, their actual nature, and their actual consequences, their actual relationships with one another. Well, then you get caught up in a whole lot of mind clutter, that's for sure, and it's uprooting. If you then change your mind about that information source, then that's uprooting. If you don't choose any, you just like disengage from all the information about all of these things, that's disorienting. Because the consciousness of all of that is still there. And the subconscious awareness of that, it's all still there in the race. The most important thing right now for you, if you are interested in what I here at Mind Voltage, as a current resident at the Mind Voltage Institute, am interested in, is establishing, discovering, uncovering, or identifying with that about ourselves, that constituent part of ourselves, each individually, the only part that does not shift and change, and remains through time, is the only thing that we are going to find any certainty in and stability in at all. And it must now be done by you if you are interested in such things as are, am I here? That's why I'm saying this. So the immediately previous upload here instructs you on turning off the mental motion picture movement or progression switch. Previously, I spoke of basic awareness of I am, just being there, no mental activity really at all other than just awareness, self-awareness. Practice conjoining that with the instruction in the immediately prior video. Just turning off the motion, the progression of thought and mental imagery going on in your head. Just freeze frame it. And in so doing, when so doing each day, just allow the awareness of your own self that's not changing. At the center of that experience of the mental motion picture and the progression of mental activity being put on freeze frame. Mental stillness, the conscious activity, stillness, still conscious mind from experienced with awareness of the unchanging self at the center. Become aware of these things. Practice that. Practice it. Practice it just easily. Easily. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You get the hang of it. You get the hang of it, and you'll find that your experience of both of those things, your true self is not changing at the core of it all, and the still mental, the freeze-framed mental activity go well together, and you'll find that your experience of those is the same every time because they're not changing. At that core, that's just sense of identity, the only thing that you're going to be able to rely on. And you must have the capacity to shut off the mental progression of thoughts about all things as like an on and off switch. This is a very basic operation of mental electromagnetic fluctuations. Direct current into mental motion, progression, thought and image progression, or turn it off. In which case, no current is flowing there. In other words, vril. Remember the last video? In which case, the activity stops. You understand this is an electromagnetic event, and you have control over it. Your core control over it is the core of your being, again, that true self. That's not changing. This is the only stability available right now. And if you do not catch on to it, your disorientation is going to become greater than you know. It may already be far greater than you know. Probably is. And this is not good for you. This is not good for people. This is just plain old not good. Because it's deconstructive. It's influence. It influences toward devolvement, devolution. It moves toward destruction. It turns things to the reverse. They're upside down. They're inside out. Now, while it's all happening, churning, upheaving, there is you. And there is humanity. Blowing around and tumbling around, tossed around, till we don't even know who or what we are. As though we ever did. Some people have. And there have been times of greater mass awareness than now. There have been times of far worse and less. We now have the capacity in this current age, which has said goodbye to the age of humanity's greatest ignorance and darkness and materialism. That's past now. We have the capacity to do this here. And we have to use what is now in our awareness in this age. We must put that to action. We have the tools, and we have to use them or they will disappear. And the direction of world affairs will keep going, and we'll have nothing solid to rest on, and humanity will shift in whatever ways it all gets herded into. And then there will be no memory left, no conscious awareness left, that things are ever any different than the way they will be at that point. Whatever that point brings. I'm talking about a general, a rhythm here, a sequence, a pattern, a direction, a set of causes and effects. Talking about the formula of affairs. It's movement. To me, it's all pretty damn obvious. Getting disoriented right now. It's not a good option, folks. All right? And it's all up to you. All right? It's all up to you. Either you're going to take charge of your consciousness or everything else is going to be in charge of it. Get yourself something solid to hold on to. All right? And it's not your penis. And it's not your wife. It's not your car. It's not your dog. It's not your belief in Trump. It's not your belief in the cartels. It's not your belief in any of that. It's not your belief in God. It's not your belief in the power of positive thinking. It's not in your belief that there is no climate change. It's not in any of that. It's in what I just said, and that's it. That's all it is. That's all it is. Pretty damn simple. That's right down at the root of affairs. The simple stuff. The basic, essential, core stuff. That's it. Subscribe, get notified, share the joy of the channel with others. Thumb up. Donations. Guess that's it. Thanks for sitting in. I'm Turk Strawman, current resident, Mind Voltage Institute. Be well.